Okay, Laura Heck. Hey, what the heck, Laura? How are ya? Would you come to Germany and do a workout with me and some friends? Oh my gosh, girl, that's another dream. I would love to just have one summer where I travel around and do boot camps. And maybe if I set it up, I'm not trained anywhere. I just do what I do and it's worked for me. But I would love to travel around and do boot camps, like come to Texas, come to the UK, come to New York, come to wherever, and just have like a Friday night where we all meet up, go to dinner, hang out, just have time where we talk and hang out. And then Saturday, it's like, I'm gonna put you through a workout. And whether we do it at a park or at a gym, if a gym would donate their space, I don't know, contact me. But if we could get enough people that could pay for my flight and a hotel, not even if I made money, just enough to cover that, I would love to come and just have like a Q&A where one night we just sit down and we talk about all of our problems and fitness anxieties or hopes or dreams, and the next day is just dedicated to working out. I would love it because obviously I live in my workout clothes. That's what I'm in right now. So good question, Laura. Travis Rigby Decca, what do you plan on doing if you ever retire? Where would you move? What would you do for fun, etc.? So I kind of have a complicated situation. I can't really move out of Pocatello because of I share custody with my ex. And so, you know, I've had to adopt that Pocatello is probably where I'm going to be until Cooper is 18. And that's okay. It's not a bad place. I would love to live. Steve and I both love St. George. I love Scottsdale, Arizona. For some reason, last time we were there visiting, I was like, I am in love with this place. I love it. I was born in Phoenix, so maybe the Arizona thing runs in my blood. But, if I were to retire, again, I just like making people feel good about themselves. And so I think maybe I could be a yoga instructor and just like live by the pool. I don't know. Retirement it's good to think about now, but I'm like, man, I'm 26. I'm just trying to hang in there at 26 and get my power bill paid. That's all. But good question, Travis. Maybe I should put that in my journal and start thinking about that. Clay Bryce, Carly, what's been your favorite moment at the Mom's View? Oh, Clay, you little sweetie patootie. Again, I'm a Gemini. I can't pick like one thing over another. I think my overall experience with the Mom's View is just been to step back and see how far we've come and how much we've grown. I remember shooting our first Mom's View. We were literally just sitting at this like table with this curtain we bought at TJ Maxx that we threw over it at the old Maker Studios, which was tiny. We had like one filming stage, and to me that seemed like, oh, this is so high tech, this is so amazing. And just to see where we've come now, where we have the capability of going live, and just the moments, honestly, like meeting viewers who've watched videos and saying, hey, when you told that story, I related to that moment, and then just hugging you guys, because it just feels like all this hard work has gone somewhere when I can make physical touch. I want to physically touch you. No, I don't, but kind of, like I want to hug you, you know? So, yeah. I think those are the moments of the Mom's View that have really touched me. It's just touched me as I've touched you. Oh my God, this is going somewhere that doesn't need to be. I'm so sorry. But you know what I'm saying? I love connecting with you guys and hugging you. Speaking of, I'm going to VidCon. Are you going to be there? I want to hug you and kiss you and, you know. Molly Sutton, bit of a strange but difficult one. Would you rather be a manly woman or a womanly man? Oh, man. The world is so judgmental as it is. It's hard to even be a woman that's a woman, I guess, because I know you guys hate my bangs, but you guys are tearing me apart on my Instagram. And some of you about my wrinkles on my forehead, like, I've earned these damn wrinkles, so step off or I will knock you out. Some of you are so harsh, and then a lot of you like, stick to the positive. I'm like, I do, but there on my Instagram, you have to know that there are, for some reason, there are people who want to debate my physical appearance. Like the other day I read something that I have an eating disorder, I'm pregnant, and I'm on steroids. So if you guys didn't know, I'm too skinny, but I'm on steroids, but I'm also pregnant. Just FYI. If you want to know, it's on my Instagram. So that's not true, but that's what some people say, which is, it's just funny. My Instagram comments are funny. For the most part, you guys are pretty great, but some people on there, oh my gosh, I'm going to sick Grandma Larry on you. I guess I would rather be a manly woman. I guess. Because I love being a woman, so I would still choose that. Georgia Chapman, what do you want to be doing in, say, 5 to 10 years' time? I want to be breastfeeding a baby and watching my husband be successful and cleaning my house and making cookies and running flyers to my church and calling my mom and telling her I love her and hanging out with Kaylee and Colette at lunch. I want to be a mom, and I want to be a homemaker, and I want to be making videos for you guys, and hopefully, you know, just the business grows and my subs go up and I have opportunities to travel and meet you, and I want to be a mom, you know? That's all I ask for. Terry Wayne Paccio, are you and Steve secretly going to elope? No, I would never do that to my family. He would never do that to his family. Family's huge to us, and you know, we want to take the time to make sure all of our ducks are in a row. And you know, Instagram and social media, it's easy to look at things that are put out there and like, oh, their relationship's so perfect, they're the perfect couple. And while we do have such a great love and we are so blessed, it's not easy. You know, we've gone through a lot, and you guys probably always tell because we turn to social media. That's how much it means to us. We count on our viewers to pick us up when we're down, and it's really grateful, you guys. We're grateful that you guys can do that, but we need to learn to turn to one another and to communicate more efficiently. But him and I are doing great. Somebody thought we broke up. No, I'm not letting him out of my sight ever. I love that man. I will never let him go anywhere. I will find you. But yeah, I'm going to fight for him. I think that him and I have a good thing, and a lot of people are like, oh, you're so lucky to have him. But you guys need to understand that there's a lot more to somebody than just their looks. And while like physically I'm lucky, you know, there's a lot that needs to be on the inside for somebody. And so it's when you connect with somebody with their love language, because one day we're going to be 80. My tits are going to be on the floor. You know, he's going to have no hair. His abs are probably going to be on the floor as well. Our earlobes are going to be hanging down. I might not even have teeth, you know? And it's still like, do you look at that person and just think, oh, I'm so in love with your heart and with just how you make me feel as a person? Because looks fade, and then what do you have? You know, the physical is gonna deteriorate faster than our hearts will. And so you gotta really love somebody on the inside. Brooklyn Greena, who's your favorite YouTuber? Before I started doing YouTube, who would I watch? I don't know. I would just watch random videos. I really like watching music videos. So I don't think I can choose one. Oh, there is this girl that I think she's hilarious, and if you haven't subscribed to her, you should. I think her name's CarlieStylez. Yeah, she's probably like my top two favorites. CarlieStylez. Jared Burla, how did you and Steve meet? Sorry, I was never subscribed to that long. That's okay. We really haven't told our story, but yeah, we met in California through John. The first time I ever obviously saw Steve was at a gym. Imagine that. But John invited me to go work out, and I was with Shane Collette. And I said, do you care if my brother and sister-in-law come? And he's like, no. And so I was kind of grateful because I didn't want to just go by myself. And Steve and John came walking to the gym together, and I was just kind of like, oh. I didn't really think anything of him, just like, oh, let Steve cook, like, whatever. And, you know, I was there for John, so my eyes were on John. But, yeah, we met in a gym. And I had known Steve. I don't want to dabble in too much because we're going to tell the story one day. I knew of Steve because my roommate dated him back in college. And so I knew of him, and I didn't think the best of things because of their relationship or whatever, not saying too much, but it was just funny. I mean, obviously now he's like the most wonderful man, but just funny how the world spins and how things end up. Sophia Hartnett, will the Butlers ever come to Ireland? Please do. I love you all and your family. When you were younger, what did you want to be? I would love to come to Ireland. I think it's beautiful. It's very green. And maybe that's just something everybody says who hasn't been to Ireland. But the movie, one of my favorite movies is P.S. I Love You. And the scenery in that movie is beautiful. And hello, Gerard Butler. Not mad about that. Yeah, I think it would be fun. Hopefully one day all my family will be able to travel. And like the Shade Tarts can take over the world. And we can come visit you all. That would be amazing. When I was younger, I thought I would be a professional dancer or a model or a cosmetologist or a teacher or... It changed a million times, or like a gym owner where I would coach girls and we'd work out and stuff. So it's evolved, but now on YouTube I can do all those things. Scott and Lisa Duncan, who inspires you? Honestly, I don't want this to sound cliche. There's two things that inspire me. Obviously, people on a random basis. When you guys write me your stories and you tell me what you're going through, or we connect. And maybe I'm bad at getting back to your long messages, but just know they're being read and there's good intention behind me getting back to you. But honestly, there's a lot of you out there who really have a lot on your plate and on your shoulders. And I think a lot of you beat yourselves up because some of the things you guys go through, I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I'd get out of bed. I mean, you have to know that you're an amazing person and that I believe that the Lord is like, they can handle this. These are their trials. I have a lot of faith in them. So I think a lot of you guys honestly inspire me because when I'm feeling bad for myself, sometimes I read some of your stories, I'm like, wow, they are dealing with a lot more. So honestly, hearing from you guys telling me that I inspire you makes me want to hold myself to a higher standard because sometimes I'm like, who do I really think I am to inspire anybody? I'm not anybody special. I haven't done anything amazing. I'm just me. And so when you guys tell me, you inspire me, Carly, it makes me want to be a better person and grow a little bit more so that I can live up to your standards, because honestly, that's everything I could ever want, is to help somebody along the way, or to help somebody feel loved or better. And so I feel like my past has inspired me to be a better person. You guys inspire me. Obviously, my family members. Every time I'm in California filming for the Mom Zoo and just being around those amazing women, it's an inspiration. And, you know, Cooper does. When he tells me he loves me or I'm the best mom, I'm just like, oh, you think I'm great. Like this, here's this little boy so full of love and light and just so much energy, and he loves me and he trusts me. That definitely pushes me to be a little bit better. Sarah Hine, how's your vision board coming along? Honestly, I've cut a lot of things out of magazines, but I'm still debating on what I want to put on there, because I don't want to be vain, but I have goals. And so I'm trying to decide which is good to put on my vision board. But here's my goal. I'm going to finish it by Friday and get it up so that you guys can see my dreams and my visions. It's going to be on Instagram, and maybe we'll do a catch-up video. And I loved when you guys sent me your vision boards. They were so fun. Sarah Lee, is California as great as everyone says it is? Yes, it's amazing. There's some downsides to it. I do feel like there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people. It's very congested. People aren't used to nice people like, hi, how are you? How's your day? Because everyone's just so busy. They're on a mission. So half the time I feel like people are looking down. So I don't feel like people are as friendly as they could be. But when you do take the time to talk to them, I feel like they're surprised, like, oh, they want to have a conversation. They have great shopping. There's great places to eat. And there's just a lot of people who have big dreams in California, and I feel like that's kind of in the air, so it feels inspiring. Plus, the sun is always shining, so you can't go wrong with that. Alex Lote, what is your favorite part about being a YouTuber? I love interacting with you guys. That's honestly my favorite thing. Anytime I meet any of you anywhere in the world, it's my favorite. There's been so many times where people have tweeted me like, I saw you today, but I didn't dare say hi to you. Oh, break my flippin' heart. Come up and hug me. I'm as awkward in person as I am on camera, but I will hug you and love you and make you feel like we're best friends. I promise you. So if you ever see me, please come up and say hello to me. I would love that. Shanna Angelina Romero, favorite type of chocolate, and if you could be best friends with any celeb, who would it be? I love all chocolate. I love dark, light, white, any kind of chocolate with sugar. Give it to me in my mouth right here. I want it. Celebrities. I think Ellen DeGeneres is hilarious. I think we could have a Kick ASS show. I think her and I could speak a lot of fun things. Kristen Wiig, just because she's like my spirit sister. Everyone says I look like her, but I think that we could play off each other and have fun. I think that Heidi Klum is absolutely beautiful. I envy her style. And also Gwen Stefani, she's beautiful. Best friends though, I don't know, maybe Channing Tatum, just for my own personal reasons. Don't tell Steve I said that. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. His wife's hot. She's awesome too. Katrin O'Kane, do you ever want to go to Ireland? Yes, I would love to. Harriet Tillman, what do you study at the university? I went to college because I made the cheer team, and then I was like, oh shoot, I gotta study something. So I went to general business, but then I went into teaching, and so yeah. Tabitha Gregg, what is your motivation to working out and eating healthy? Honestly, I get addicted to the way it makes me feel. Here's the testimonial. Thursday night, Cooper's like, let's order pizza. And I was like, okay, we'll have a cheat night. We'll order pizza, we'll make a picnic, we'll watch a movie, we'll have some treats, I'll have some soda. And then Friday I'll work out, and that's what I try to do. Monday through Friday I try to eat clean, work out every single day. Then Saturday and Sunday I don't worry about it. I eat what I want, I have treats, I let myself indulge. And then Monday we're back on that train. And Thursday night, Friday came around, I got busy, I made excuses, and then I started eating bad Saturday and Sunday. So I had like 4 days of kind of eating bad and not working out. And I just felt like crap. I felt bloated, I felt sluggish, I had no energy. I just didn't feel good. And then come today, I was like, okay, I've been to the gym, I've been eating healthy, and I feel so much different. So I get addicted and motivated by the way it makes me feel. I feel more confident. I feel like I have more energy, which is weird because you're exerting that much more energy. But honestly, it's the way it makes you feel and the confidence it brings and just the de-stressor you can have. Yeah. Clinton John, he says Justin Timberlake, Jay-Z, and Bruno Mars. Gotta be BFF with one. Marry one and be one's manager. I'm not gonna mess with Beyonce because she's like Queen Bee. So I would be Jay-Z's BFF so that me and Beyonce could hang out and she could teach me a thing or two about being sexy. I really need to get some sexy lessons going. I would be Justin Timberlake's manager, or yeah, because I think I lied. Blah, blah. I would be Bruno Mars's manager because I think he's incredibly talented. I love his voice. I'm so amazed by his talent, and I love watching him perform, so it'd be fun to travel with him and go on the road. And I would be married to Justin Timberlake. I have a small crush on him. I always have. I think he's amazingly talented. He's funny. He's cute. He takes care of himself, but he's not obsessed with that. And I just think he's an all-around good guy. Like, he's a good dude in general. So, Justin Timberlake, will you marry me? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding because I'm in love with Steve. But that's a good question. Good question, Clinton. Ola says, Ola Kilfe. Like I said, I'm sorry. Who's your favorite YouTuber? Oh, we've kind of answered that. I can't pick favorite, sorry. Megan, who is your biggest inspiration role model? That's hard for me. We're going to come back to that one. Sophie Hartnett, what is the most illegal thing you've done? I like to speed a lot. I like to go fast in my car. If you were in charge of the country, how long? Oh, and one time I didn't pay for a ticket and I forgot about the ticket and then I got pulled over. My license was expired, so technically I guess I could have gone to jail, but the officer let me off because I'm a huge blonde. Okay, so yeah, the ticket thing. What has been your most difficult experience? Sophie, I feel like she asked a lot. She asked a lot of questions in a row. But what's the nicest thing you've done for someone? What's the nicest thing someone's done for you? What's the rudest thing you've ever said? Oh man, where in the world do you want to visit? I want most difficult experience. Honestly, I think the most difficult experience is learning to love myself, because I feel like when you gain ownership of your life and confidence, sorry, I was making sure I was recording, gaining confidence of who you are, you can deal with anything. I mean, and it's hard to believe that, but when I went through my divorce, I was so young and I just didn't know who I was, and I believed too much what he told me I needed to be and believe, which he was older than I was. I mean, I'm not hating on him, but I was just such a lost little puppy that I had really no backbone. I was just kind of like, I knew who I was before, and then I mean, my life had changed so much. That was a hard experience, and going back to that state, I'm like, oh, I would never wish heartbreak on anybody. It's the awful, most worst pain in the entire world. And even when Steve and I fight, I thought I was in love when I got married. I thought I loved, my ex, and that I would have done anything for him. I thought, this is my everything, and I'm going to be with him. And then we had Cooper, and, I was just like, oh, I'm in love, and I thought that was love. And now looking back in the way that I love Steve doesn't even touch how much I love Steve and what I would do for him and how I want to serve him and love him, and just, as a man, I think that men want to feel respected and wanted and desired and loved. Before they want to feel loved, they want to feel all those things. And I just, now being in a healthy state, I realize I've had to go through those things so I can be the best for Steve, because I really feel like he's like my other half. He's the one. And I love how we can just laugh and tell each other things, and we'll be up for hours just laughing about nothing. Like we're girls at a sleepover even. And I know that I can just look at him, or he knows that if somebody says something to me, he will know how I'm feeling before I even have to say something. I just feel like we get one another on a level, but there's things we're working through. So I just see so much growth for him and I. And so the hardest thing I've been through, I would say, would have said my divorce, but it would be because along all these trials and blessings, the hardest thing that I've been through is not knowing who I am or what I want or what I love or what I don't, and ever questioning that when I felt like I did know. So my advice to you guys would be, get to know yourself, get to know your strengths and your weaknesses, and love yourself for who you are. And it's a journey. Just because I preach that doesn't mean I'm the best at it, and a lot of you point that out, which is great. You're right. I'm 26. I still don't have it all figured out, I'm a mom of a little 6-year-old boy, and I'm still figuring it all out. And thank the Lord for that, because if I were to sit here and tell you I have it all figured out and to preach this talk and say I walk perfectly, I know this, I live this, I would be a fraud. I would be a liar. So be grateful that I don't sit here and act like I know everything, because I don't. But I do know that that's something that I've learned the most for in my life. Danny, we'll end with this one. Danny Lasso, will you and Steve come to our wedding in October? We would love to. I heard it's in Chicago, and maybe we'll have to make a special trip. And then I've heard that Chicago has some amazing pizza. Maybe if we could have pizza after, I would be down for that. You've been a great supporter for Steve and I know Steve appreciates that, so thank you, Danny. Hope you are doing well. Okay, I'm just going to scroll to the end because the questions are filing in. You guys are amazing, and I'm sure you've had enough time with me today. Jessica Beeps Beisber, what does Cooper think of Steve? We'll end on that one. That's a good question. I think that Cooper really respects Steve. I think he loves him, and he enjoys the dynamic of us three being together. When I get Cooper back, him and his dad and we split time. So whenever I get Cooper back, if it's just me picking him up, he'll get in the car and, hi, Mom, love you, hug me, and do that, and we'll catch up. And then he'll say, where's Steve? Is Steve going to be at the house when we get home? Is he here? So I know that Cooper looks forward to being around him. And the other day we were at his soccer game. It got rained out, and Steve and I came at different times. I think he was working out or something. Anyways, when we were walking back to our cars, Cooper's like, can I ride in Steve's car? So I feel like Cooper respects Steve, and he kind of wants that respect in return. They play, they have a good time. It's hard for Steve. He's like, it's hard because Cooper's not mine, and I want to love him like he's mine, but I don't know where the line lies, and I don't know if I should parent him or punish him because you're the mom. And so, it's still a tender thing that we're working through. We're trying to be really sensitive with Cooper just because we don't want to make any, drastic decisions or let Cooper in on too much or not enough, so we're trying to just be really careful with that and walking a fine line with Cooper and being good examples for him, just showing him a really strong example of a good relationship and a God-fearing relationship, and just, trying to be the best examples we can. Oh my gosh, look, I'm getting calf muscles. I just saw that. Don't be mad. Because I've never had calf muscles. Can you see that? You guys, it's true. If you work out, you will get muscles. Anyways, I love you so much. Thank you for listening to all these questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you. I just didn't want to go on for hours. But we'll do a part 2 of this later on in the week, and maybe Steve will join in with me on some questions because we all know he is pretty funny when he interprets my life. So happy 100,000 subscribers, followers on Twitter. You scared me, Molly. Makes me so happy. I love each and every single one of you. I hope we can connect. If you guys are watching this video, make sure you go over to my Facebook. I'm going to be posting it there, and we can keep interacting in the comments. If I didn't answer your question, I will try to get to it. I love your butts. Happy Monday, and stay tuned for tomorrow's vlog.